Hi guys, in this session I take the third part of the chapter analysis of financial statement, and the part 3 is cash flow statement. A very simple part where there are no calculations of percentage what we did in the previous two parts, that is common size and comparative. Now when I say cash flow statement, इसमें करना क्या है? Now in the question can be presented in two ways. Either they will give you 2 years का balance sheet, that is what is there in the sum what I am going to do right now, मतलब after explaining you the concept, or they will give you data for 2 years, and on that basis you have to prepare cash flow statement. Now cash flow statement होता क्या है? What it is? Cash flow statement. Cash flow, that means flow of cash. Now see, as I told you, they will either give you 2 years ka balance sheet or 2 years ka data without balance sheet. Now the focus will be on the cash and bank balance. Now say they have given you 2 years ka balance sheet, 2024, and the next year 2025. Now 2024 का cash and bank balance is say 2 lakh rupees. Okay, 2024 का cash and bank balance is 2 lakh rupees, and say for example 2025 का cash and bank balance is 250. 2025 का cash and bank balance is 250. So 2024 का 2 lakhs, 2025 का 250. Now see, ये 2 lakh हुआ 250. That means what? There is an increase in cash and bank balance of rupees 50,000. There is an increase in cash and bank balance of 50,000. Now what you are supposed to do is, you will make a statement where the statement will show the details how this 2 lakh became 250. You will make a statement where you will show, the primary focus will be to present how this 2 lakh became 2 lakh 50,000. That is your cash flow statement. Okay, so cash flow statement mein you have to make a statement where the primary object motive will be how this 2 lakh became 2 lakh 50. 2 lakh 250 कैसे हुआ, that you are supposed to tell them. वो statement कैसे बनाने का, that we will see in some time. Before that, understand the explanation. Now as the name of the part is there, cash flow. Okay, name of the part is there, cash flow. Cash flow means movement of cash, and when I say cash flow, यहाँ पे cash will also include cash and bank balance. It also includes bank overdraft, but bank overdraft generally they will not ask you in your SYJC syllabus. So यहाँ पे cash flow का cash means cash, bank, as well as bank overdraft. Okay, now see, when you make a cash flow statement now, when you make a cash flow statement, your cash flow statement will be divided in three parts. Your cash flow statement will be divided in three parts. The first part will be cash flow from operating activities. The first part will be cash flow from operating activities. Understand the name of the three part, then I'll show you किसमें क्या आता है. Next part will be cash flow from investing activities, and the third will be cash flow from financing activity. Cash flow from operating activities, cash flow from investing activities, and cash flow from financing activities. Every cash flow statement may there will be these three parts. Okay, now let us discuss the basic of each part. पहला क्या है? Cash flow from operating activities. Now, when I say operating activities, we have done while discussing vertical income statement. याद है मैंने एग्जाम्पल भी दिया था, ऑपरेटिंग इनकम, नॉन ऑपरेटिंग इनकम. So when I say cash flow from operating activities, it means the cash what you have generated. It means the cash which you have generated from your day-to-day operating activities. जैसे कि my job is to give tuitions to students, to teach students. So that is my operating activity. अगर मेरे पास सरप्लस पैसा है, मैंने शेयर्स या म्यूचुअल फंड्स या बॉन्ड्स में इन्वेस्ट किया है, दैट इज नॉट माय ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी. ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटी मींस दैट एक्टिविटी which is connected with your business main business, which is connected with your main business. So from your main business, how much cash you have generated or how much cash you have reduced or lost, that is your cash flow from operating activities. So cash flow from operating activity means तुमने तुम्हारा नॉर्मल बिजनेस एक्टिविटीज कंडक्ट करके फुल ईयर में कितना एडिशनल कैश जनरेट किया है और कितना कैश तुम्हारा कम हुआ है. दैट इज योर कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज. नेक्स्ट, बी, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज. When I say cash flow from investing activities, that means how much cash you have used for making investments or how much cash you have generated by encashing your investments. Okay, now see, when I say investments, यहाँ पे there can be investment in shares, investment in debentures, investment in bank deposits. At the same time, you may buy fixed assets, जैसे बिल्डिंग खरीदा, लैंड खरीदा, कंप्यूटर खरीदा, मशीनरी खरीदा. At the same time, you will sell also. When you buy, पैसा जाएगा. When you sell, पैसा आएगा. So cash generated from investing activities is your second part. I'll repeat again. Fixed assets खरीदा या बेचा, investments खरीदा या बेचा, all that comes in investing activity. अगर मैंने investment किया है तो वो investment में मुझे कितना income मिला, that is also a part of your investing activities. The same chapter is there in degree college, but as far as your SYJC level is concerned, it is very basic. As far as your SYJC level is concerned, it is very basic. Got it? So first part, operating activities. Second part, investing activities. And now the third part, that is financing activities. Now financing activity में क्या होता है? As the name suggests, financing activity, that means finance. पैसे का लेन देन, money coming in or going out. You are a sole trader or a partnership firm. Partner पैसा लेके आया, owner पैसा लेके आया, financing activities. If it's a company, you all have done issue of shares. Company issues shares, financing activity. Company issues debentures, financing activities. डिबेंचर के ऊपर इंटरेस्ट पे किया, फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटीज. शेयर्स के ऊपर डिविडेंड पे किया, फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटीज. सो ऑल दीज आर योर फाइनेंसिंग पार्ट. मैंने बैंक लोन लिया, फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी. बैंक से जो लोन लिया उसको वापस रीपे किया, फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी. लोन पे जो इंटरेस्ट पे किया, फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटी. सो ऑल एक्टिविटीज connected with raising of money or repayment of loans taken or repayment of money taken along with interest expense, that is your part of financing activity. I'll repeat again: capital introduced, shares issued, debenture issued, redemption. Redemption मतलब जो पैसा लिया shares का उसको वापस किया, उसको buyback बोलते हैं. But when you take debentures, then we use the word redemption. Repayment of bank loan taken, interest on bank loan, all these are part of financing activities. डिबेंचर इशू किया, उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट पे किया, फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटीज. शेयर इशू किया, उसके ऊपर इंटरेस्ट पे किया, फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटीज. सो ऑल दैट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटीज. सो कैश फ्लो will be divided in three parts: operating activities, financing activity, investing activities, and the third one, financing activities. खाली ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज में यू हैव टू बी कॉशियस विद द एडजस्टमेंट ऑफ वर्किंग कैपिटल. वो क्या है, आई शो यू इन द सम ओनली. राइट नाउ आई विल नॉट एक्सप्लेन यू बिकॉज वो तुमको थोड़ा बाउंसर जाएगा. बट व्हेन आई कम टू द एक्चुअल सम, अभी कर रहा हूं थोड़ी देर में, आई विल मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड इन सच अ नाइस वे दैट यू विल नॉट फॉरगेट. ओके, नाउ बिफोर वी स्टार्ट, the last thing what I'll explain, as I told you, when you make the cash flow statement, you will divide the statement in three parts. अभी देखो, यहाँ पे मैंने क्या एग्जाम्पल दिया. 2024 में तुम्हारा कैश एंड बैंक बैलेंस 2 लाख था, 2025 में 250. सो 2 लाख तुम्हारा 250 हुआ. दैट मीन्स 50,000 का इंक्रीज इन कैश एंड बैंक. 2 लाख तुम्हारा हुआ 250. So 50,000 ka increase in cash and bank. Now see, understand this. Whatever is your final answer of operating activities, in the statement we'll call it as A. Statement kaise banega? We will see in some time. Whatever answer you get from investing activities, we will call it as B. Whatever answer you get in financing activities, we will call it as C. So cash from operating activities A, cash from investing activities B, and cash from financing activities C. Now, ये जो 50 है, one thing in mind, a nice way to cross check. Your answer of A plus B plus C has to be 50,000. So in short, last year का balance है 2 lakh, करंट ईयर में हुआ 250, 50,000 का इंक्रीज. सो द टोटल ऑफ ए, बी एंड सी हैज टू बी 50,000. वॉट एवर इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द लास्ट ईयर एंड करंट ईयर का कैश एंड बैंक बैलेंस, ए प्लस बी प्लस सी, तीनों का टोटल मिला के वो होना चाहिए. ए प्लस बी प्लस सी, तीनों का टोटल मिला के वो होना चाहिए. दैट इज द व्हाट इट. एज आई टोल्ड यू, थोड़ा वर्किंग कैपिटल चेंजेस में व्हेन वी कम टू ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज यू हैव टू बी कॉशियस. आई मेक इट वेरी सिंपल फॉर यू, और मैं तुमको ऐसा एक्सप्लेनेशन दूंगा कि यू विल अंडरस्टैंड विद प्रॉपर लॉजिक, एंड मे बी यू माइट क्लियर द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ योर फ्रेंड्स आल्सो इफ यू आर स्टडीइंग टुगेदर. ओके गाइस, सो दिस वाज द एक्सप्लेनेशन. नाउ आई जस्ट कम बैक विद द सम. आई जस्ट मेक द फॉर्मेट एंड वी विल सॉल्व द सम टुगेदर. Okay guys, taking the sum, the extra question what I have made, where I have kept 2 years ka balance sheet, and as I told you in this chapter, either they will give you 2 years ka balance sheet or they will give you data for 2 years. Okay, now see first how to prepare the statement. The name of the company I have kept is Edtech Limited. So you will give the heading cash flow statement of Edtech Limited for the year 24-25. Cash flow statement of Edtech Limited for the year 24-25. A, cash flow from operating activities. A, cash flow from operating activities. Now what you will do, you make one full page and part of the solution will go on the next page. Particulars, 3 columns of amount. The reason we need 3 columns is only for operating activities. Otherwise, here 3 columns are not required. So keep around 12 lines. Keep around 12 lines for cash flow from operating activities. Below that, or if you want, you can take it on the next page. B, cash flow from investing activities around 4 to 5 lines. And C, cash flow from financing activities 4 to 5 lines. And after that, I need another 3 lines. So you see, if it fits in one page, which I doubt. So what you do better, I'll tell you the best thing. Cash flow from operating activities, keep 12 to 15 lines. Uske niche from the bottom of the page, keep 4 lines cash flow from investing activities. And after that, next page पे give cash flow from financing activities का heading. एक पेज में हो जाएगा, little bit congested, but it's okay. If you can manage, you can manage, or you take it in 1.5 page. Got it? Now I'll repeat. A, cash flow from operating activities, keep around 12 to 15 lines. उसके नीचे B, cash flow from investing activities around 4 to 5 lines. And next page पे C, cash flow from financing activities 4 to 5 lines, and uske baad you need another 3 to 4 lines. Okay, chalo. Now let's start. Now when you start with cash flow from operating activities, now in every sum there will be net profit or net loss. So after the heading, write the word net profit. अगर net loss है तो we will write net profit but brackets में लिखेंगे. Okay, चलो. Now see, in your syllabus you don't have adjustments. Adjustments का part will come in degree college. Okay, let's see. Now we will take one by one. 3 activities: operating, investing, financing. Please, those who have not yet understood the basic theory, rewind and get the hang of the basic theory, then come back to this sum. Okay. Now see, we will take one by one each and every item, starting from the liability side. सबसे पहले share capital. Compare. Last year का share capital was 3 lakh, current year का 5 lakh. Last year का share capital 3 lakhs, current year का 5 lakhs. So can I say my share capital gone up by 2 lakhs? Last year shares was 3 lakhs, current year में 5 lakh. 3 लाख का 5 लाख हुआ. That means 2 lakh का shares have been issued. You all have done chapter accounting for shares. Share issue किया, पैसा मिलेगा. What I told you, when you issue shares, starting में क्या बोला यही session में, it will be a part of financing activities. So come to financing activities. Write there issue of shares. Now listen, when I say cash flow, flow of cash, पैसा आएगा भी, पैसा जाएगा भी. अगर आएगा, you will put the amount positive, जाएगा amount negative. अगर पैसा आएगा amount positive, जाएगा negative. So can I say 2 lakh आ रहा है? Put it in the second column, positive 2 lakhs. As I told you, the first column we will use it only for operating activity. So I'll repeat, share capital 5 lakh हुआ from as compared to last year का 3. So 3 lakh का 5 lakh हुआ. So 5 lakh minus 3 lakh gives you 2 lakhs. So 2 lakhs का issue of shares positive. 2 lakhs का issue of shares positive. Clear with this? Next. And it will be financing. Why? Because you are raising money. Profit and loss. Whenever they give you profit and loss is nothing but net profit. That means जो भी difference है profit and loss account का, that is your net profit. हम लोग कैसे करते हैं? Final accounts में we make P&L. P&L का difference is your net profit. Same way यहाँ पे, of course, for corporates there's a different logic, but I'm not getting into that. Last year का P&L का balance 80, current year का 150. Last year का P&L balance 80, करंट ईयर का 150. सो माय प्रॉफिट P&L का बैलेंस has gone up by 70,000. So that will be by net profit. Put in brackets 1,50,000 minus 80,000. 150 minus 80. So second column में आया net profit 70,000. Second column में net profit 70,000. I repeat, net profit 150 minus 80 gives you 70,000. So positive 70 is my net profit. P&L का balance will be your net profit. Okay. Then see, bank loan. Last year loan was 150. Current year में हो गया 1 lakh. लास्ट ईयर मेरा लोन था 150, करंट ईयर में हो गया 1 लाख. दैट मीन्स कैन आई से 50,000 कम हुआ. कम हुआ इसका मतलब ये है जो लास्ट ईयर तक मेरा लोन 150 था 1 लाख हो गया. दैट मीन्स मैंने 50,000 वापस पे कर दिया. इट मीन्स द लायबिलिटी ऑफ लोन, the liability of bank loan which was 1,50,000 last year has now become 1 lakh. So 50,000 का decrease, that means I have repaid. अभी देखो, share capital when it increased, you wrote issue of shares positive. Bank loan, if it was 150 and 2 lakhs, 50,000 का loan taken. But यहाँ पे बैंक लोन 150 became 1 lakh. That means it is reduced. Bank loan is a financing activity. पैसा कम हुआ है तो बिकॉज तुमने रीपे किया तो you will write there repayment of bank loan. Repayment of bank loan. Difference है 50,000. Because you have made the payment, you will put it in bracket. Suppose ये 150 का 2 लाख हुआ रहता, it would be positive 50. मैंने 50,000 का लोन लिया है. If 150 होता 2 lakhs, but now 150 has become 1 lakh. That means 50,000 का लोन मैंने रीपे कर दिया. So it is negative 50,000. So repayment of bank loan negative 50,000. Repayment of bank loan negative 50,000. I'll repeat again. अगर बड़ा होता बैंक लोन टेकन, पैसा आ रहा है बट कम हुआ है, so bank loan repaid, therefore it's a payment and payment है इसके लिए negative. Creditors. Now you all know creditors is a current liability. Now guys, what you will do, you will have done vertical financial statement, correct? Balance sheet. Current assets and current liability, you will keep it pending. We will consider in the end because that adjustment will come here. Current assets, current liability, you will keep it pending. That we will see in the end. Okay, creditors को pending रखो. Land and building. 250 has become 4 lakhs. Land and building 250 has become 4 lakhs. That means can I say 150 का increase? Last year जो मेरा land and building का asset value था वो था 250, current year में हो गया 4 lakh. So 250 has become 4 lakh. 150 का increase. That means there is a purchase. And when you buy land and building, it's an asset. And that will be a part of investing activities. I told you in the starting, when you buy or sell any investments or any fixed assets, it will be a part of investing activities. So come here, cash flow from investing activities, purchase of land and building. Purchase है, पे कर रहे हो तो ब्रैकेट्स में 1,50,000. पे कर रहे हो तो ब्रैकेट्स में 1,50,000. 50,000. If land and building had reduced, what to do? It won't be sale. उसमें क्या होता था जो तुम्हारे सिलेबस में मोस्टली नहीं आने वाला है, but I'll tell you what had it been reduced. What it shall repeat? Land and building last year का cost था 250, current year में it has become 4 lakhs. So 150 बढ़ा है, you have paid. So purchase of land and building negative 1,50,000. Okay. After that, next stock. Stock is a current asset. We will adjust here, keep it pending. What I told you, current assets and current liabilities को pending रखो. After that, next debtors. Again, can I say debtors is a part of your current assets? Keep it pending. तो क्या pending रखा है? Stock, debtors, creditors. Now see what is the next thing? Cash and bank. Last year 40, current year 1 lakh. Cash and bank को अभी कुछ नहीं करना है. What I told you, the difference of cash and bank is A plus B plus C. So cash bank भी अभी temporary रखो pending. So stock, debtors, creditors and cash bank we have kept it pending. Now normally there are adjustments after the balance sheet, but at your SYJC level it is not there. So now what we will do? Now guys, listen very carefully. We will go step by step. पहले हम लोग ऑपरेटिंग को बंद करेंगे. To do that, we have to consider the current assets and current liability. Now listen. Net profit is 70,000. Now to this net profit, there are certain adjustments to be made. That also is not prescribed in your syllabus, but I will just do the basic presentation with you. To this net profit, you will add non-operating items. To this, you will add non-operating items. Now, when I say non-operating items, मतलब it will include expense and income both. Now, what I told you, अगर land and building कम हुआ रहता ना, the reduction would be depreciation, but उतना तुम्हारे syllabus में नहीं आएगा, and first day पे I don't want to get into that also. Now, 99% there will not be any items in this in your syllabus, so this will be nil. नॉन ऑपरेटिंग आइटम्स अगर इनकम है तो लेस होगा और अगर एक्सपेंस है तो ऐड होगा. देयर इज अ लॉजिक बिहाइंड दैट बिकॉज वी वांट कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज. सो इन केस देयर आर एनी नॉन कैश एक्सपेंस, डेप्रिसिएशन इज अ नॉन कैश एक्सपेंस, हम लोग उसको कभी कैश में पे नहीं करते, तो हम लोग उसको एड बैक करेंगे बिकॉज हमने कैश में पे नहीं किया, बट वी हैव शोन इट एज एन एक्सपेंस. तो हमारा नेट प्रॉफिट टू दैट एक्सटेंट हैज कम डाउन, तो आई एडेड बैक, सो आई कम टू नो कितना कैश जनरेट हुआ. एट योर लेवल दिस मच इज इनफ, डोंट गेट इनटू डीप. ओके, सो 70,000 nil, this becomes 70,000 and against this you will write operating profit before working capital changes. This is operating profit before working capital changes. Operating profit before working capital changes. Now to this we will make working capital changes. So give the heading working capital changes. Working capital changes. See, in case now, even if you don't write this and straight away again this 70 you write operating profit before working capital changes, तो भी तुम्हारे सिलेबस के हिसाब से चलेगा, बट फॉर्मेट में दिया है तो आई एम गोइंग एज पर द फॉर्मेट. Okay, now see working capital changes. You all have done in vertical balance sheet. What is the accounting equation of working capital? Working capital क्या होता है? Working capital is the difference between current assets and current liability. वर्किंग कैपिटल इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन योर करंट एसेट्स एंड करंट लायबिलिटीज। इसके लिए हमने स्टॉक, डेटर्स और क्रेडिटर्स को पेंडिंग रखा है। नाउ गाइस पे अटेंशन हियर, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इधर ही है। नाउ व्हाट यू हैव टू डू हियर, I have to consider only the change amount, that means the difference amount of the current assets and current liabilities except cash and bank. Cash and bank को अभी 15-20 मिनट के लिए भूल जाओ, in the end we will see क्या करना है। अभी देखो, apart from cash and bank कौन से current assets and current liability है? Stock, debtors and creditors. Okay, now see what you will do. करंट एसेट्स होता है एक चीज, एंड द अदर इज करंट लायबिलिटीज। ओके, नाउ सी द फर्स्ट स्टेप व्हाट यू हैव टू डू। अभी ये जो मैं लिख रहा हूं ना बॉक्स में, ये तुम लोग किधर कॉपी कर लो। आई शो यू द लॉजिक ऑफ ईच एंड एवरी आइटम। व्हाट आई एम राइटिंग इन द बॉक्स, you all copy it somewhere. What you will do is add increase in current liabilities. Just write, I'll tell you what one by one. Add increase in current liabilities. Add decrease in current assets. Add increase in current liabilities. Add decrease in current assets, then less, अभी देखो increase in current liability को add किया तो decrease in current liability we will reduce and we will reduce increase in current assets. ये लिखो, I'll show you the logic. Add increase in current liabilities, add decrease in current assets, less increase in current liability, less decrease in current assets. Now I'll tell you, many professors, I shouldn't be saying this is an open video, YouTube video, so make your ratify the formula. You remember this, you write it. Now I'll show you explanation why we do that. हम लोग क्या बना रहे हैं? Cash flow statement. What I told you first, one by one. You will add increase in liability, current liability. Why? Suppose creditors है जो ये सब में भी है, add क्या करना है? Increase in current liability. Last year 50, current year 80. Example दे रहा हूँ, 30,000 का increase. Now why we add increase in current liability? End of last year मुझे 50,000 पे करना था, end of current year 80 पे करना है. That means my liability has gone up by 30,000. What is liability? Anything which is payable is a liability. Anything which is payable is a liability. As compared to last year, मुझे 30,000 ज्यादा पे करना है. जहां 50 पे करना था अभी 80 पे करना है, तो मुझे पे करना है, अभी तक पे किया नहीं, तो इतना मेरा कैश का पेमेंट हुआ नहीं. So there is a saving in cash. So my cash, I am using that money. Use कैसे कर रहा हूं? मैंने benefit, when I say I have to pay to my creditors, मैंने कुछ benefit लिया है तो ही मुझे पे करना है. Normally I purchase, तो मुझे 80,000 पे करना है, जो मैंने अभी तक पे नहीं किया, तो क्रेडिटर्स का पैसा मैं यूज कर रहा हूं ना. जिस दिन पे करूंगा उनका पैसा सेटल हो जाएगा. तो लास्ट ईयर तक एंड तक 50 पे करना था, अभी 80. So 30,000 is yet to be paid. I am using that money, so that is getting used in my cash flow. So that is the reason I add, मेरा cash generate होगा. Second, add decrease in current asset. Add decrease in current assets. Let's take stock. Last year मेरा stock 50,000 था, current year में हो गया 30, 20,000 कम. लास्ट ईयर मेरा एसेट में मैंने 50,000 इन्वेस्ट किया था, नाउ इट इज 30, तो माय इन्वेस्टमेंट इन करंट एसेट्स हैज रिड्यूस्ड. मेरा उतना पैसा कम ब्लॉक्ड है, तो मैंने कैश जनरेट किया, therefore I add. So these two I will add because यहां पे मैं क्रेडिटर्स का पैसा यूज कर रहा हूं और जो भी लायबिलिटी है उनको अभी तक पे नहीं किया, यूजिंग दैट मनी. एंड यहाँ पे मैं डिक्रीज ऐड कर रहा हूं बिकॉज एज कंपेयर टू लास्ट ईयर मेरा उतना इन्वेस्टमेंट कम हुआ, मेरा उतना इन्वेस्टमेंट कम हुआ. दैट इज द लॉजिक. नाउ वाइस वर्सा, लेस डिक्रीज इन करंट लायबिलिटी. लास्ट ईयर 50 है, करंट ईयर में 30. लास्ट ईयर मुझे 50 पे करना था, अभी 30 पे करना है. 20,000 की लायबिलिटी कम पे की है, कम पे करनी है. सो आई कुडंट इंजॉय द क्रेडिट मच. तो मेरा उतना कैश पेमेंट ज्यादा हो गया. लास्ट ईयर 50 पे करना था, करंट ईयर में खाली 30 पे करना है. दैट मीन्स आई हैव यूज्ड दैट कैश टू पे द क्रेडिटर्स. कैश रिड्यूसेस, सो आई रिड्यूस. अंडरस्टैंड द कंपैरिजन. एंड द लास्ट, इंक्रीज इन करंट एसेट. डिक्रीज इन करंट एसेट मैंने ऐड क्यों किया? बिकॉज मेरा उतना इन्वेस्टमेंट ज्यादा हुआ. नाउ सपोज लास्ट ईयर मेरा स्टॉक था 50,000, करंट ईयर कितना हो गया? यहां पे 30 किया तो ऐड किया. नाउ 50 का 80 हो गया. दैट मीन्स एज कंपेयर टू लास्ट ईयर मैंने मेरे स्टॉक में 30,000 का इन्वेस्टमेंट ज्यादा किया. एज कंपेयर टू लास्ट ईयर मैंने मेरे स्टॉक में 30,000 का इन्वेस्टमेंट ज्यादा किया. सो दैट इज less decrease in current asset. That is less decrease in current assets. Clear? So add increase in current liabilities, add decrease in current assets, less increase in current liabilities and less increase in current assets. Clear? Chalo. Now let's take one by one. Creditors देखो 40 का 50 हुआ. Now what we will do, first we will take the addition. Creditors 40 का 50 हुआ, creditors increase हुआ, increase in current liabilities we add. So we'll come here, add increase in creditors. Now when you take the difference and put the difference in the first column. Add increase in creditors 10,000. Next लायबिलिटी एक ही है, स्टॉक 230 180 हुआ, कम हुआ. एड डिक्रीज इन करंट एसेट्स. सो करंट एसेट्स कम हुआ है तो आई विल एड. सो एड डिक्रीज इन स्टॉक 230 180 हुआ, so 50,000 का addition. Now see guys, debtors 50 120 हुआ. Last year debtors 50 था, current year में 120. Debtors gone up by 70,000. Debtors have gone up by 70. Increase in current assets को क्या करना है? माइनस. क्यों माइनस? लास्ट ईयर मेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट 50 था, अभी मेरा इन्वेस्टमेंट 120 है. So as compared to last year, asset is blocked up by 70,000 more. So I reduce it. So less 50 minus 20. Increase in debtors. And when I say less, that means मेरा cash कम हुआ. So because it is reduced, put in brackets 70,000. Because it is reduced, put in brackets 70. Got it? Oh minus. अभी क्या बचता है? कैश एंड बैंक. कैश एंड बैंक विल नॉट कम. वर्किंग कैपिटल चेंजेस में कैश एंड बैंक छोड़ के बाकी सब करंट एसेट्स और लायबिलिटी आएंगे. नाउ सी आई रिपीट. क्रेडिटर्स को ऐड क्यों किया? बिकॉज अमाउंट हैज गॉन अप बाय 10,000 एज कंपेयर टू द लास्ट ईयर. सो आई एंजॉय मोर क्रेडिट. मेरा कैश पेमेंट उतना बचेगा. सो कैश इज जनरेटेड. स्टॉक क्यों ऐड किया? स्टॉक कम हुआ. एज कंपेयर टू लास्ट ईयर माय इन्वेस्टमेंट इन स्टॉक हैज रिड्यूस्ड. so I took 40. Debtors 70 कम क्यों किया मैंने? My investment has gone up in debtors. मेरा 70 ज्यादा ब्लॉक्ड है, so उतना कैश मेरा जनरेट कम हुआ. This is the logic. Now 10 plus 50 60. 60 में से 70 माइनस करो, so can I say I get negative 10,000? So now you take negative 10. Now guys listen, 70 minus 10, can I say positive 60? Now after this there is one more point where we deduct income tax, but that income tax is not prescribed in your SYJC syllabus, so I don't take income tax, I'll ignore it. So now what you do, 70 minus 10, 60, but 60 you don't write in this line. इसके बाद वाले wherever you written 10 ना, उसके बाद वाले line में write positive 60 and call it as A. How you got positive 60? 70 positive minus 10 negative, 60 positive. Got it? That's why I told you this first column is required only for operating activities and that too for working capital changes. Now listen very carefully. ये तुम्हारा positive 60 है A. What is heading A? Cash flow from operating activities. So what you will write against this will be, see what I am writing up. Increase in cash from operating activities. Increase in cash from operative activities. Getting it? अगर ये आंसर नेगेटिव होता, you would have changed the word increase की जगह decrease, but it is positive, so you will make it as A. Increase in cash from operating activities. Got it? Clear with this? YouTube पे ये वीडियो ओपन है, जितनी बार चाहिए उतनी बार देखो. SYGC लेवल में your board exams का level also will be almost the same. Okay, now come to B part. Negative 150. There is no other item. Now what you do? Put a line here. Take the answer 150 outside in the third column, but not in this line. Next line, negative 150 and call it as B. Okay? 150 जो लाइन में लिखा है सेकेंड कॉलम में, वो लाइन नहीं, उसकी नेक्स्ट लाइन में 150 B. Now see, what is B? Investing activity. यहाँ पे पॉजिटिव था, I wrote increase. Now it is negative, so what you will do? Decrease in cash from investing activities. Decrease in cash from investing activities. Increase in cash from operating activities because ये positive था, ये negative है, so decrease in cash from investing activities. Now let's take financing. There are two items. 2 lakh positive, 50 negative. Next line में call it as C, positive 150. Getting it? बोलो क्या करोगे? Positive है, इसके लिए I'll use the word increase. And what is C? Financing activities. So against this, you write increase in cash from financing activities. Increase in cash from financing activities. Guys, please write this down. अगर नहीं लिखा वीडियो पॉज करो, आई एम रबिंग इट आउट. ओके, ये बराबर लिखो, वेर एवर यू रिमेंबर राइट इट देयर. ओके, clear with this guys? Now what you will do, listen very carefully. अभी क्या बचता है? कैश एंड बैंक. याद है व्हाट आई टोल्ड यू, कैश फ्लो का प्राइम ऑब्जेक्ट. जो तुम्हारा डिफरेंस है कैश एंड बैंक, वो कैसे बढ़ा उसका स्टेटमेंट. नाउ सी लास्ट लाइन, कैश बैंक लास्ट ईयर 40, करंट ईयर 1 लाख. Last year 40, current year 1 lakh. Now see the fun guys. इसके नीचे A plus B plus C. What is A? Positive 60. Listen ना guys, अभी मजा आएगा. A positive 60. B negative 150. C negative positive 50 150. So can I say positive 150 minus negative 150? ये हो गया 0. 60. Other way around. 60,000 minus 1,50,000 plus 1,50,000. 150 plus minus out बचा क्या 60. So A plus B plus C का total हो गया 60. Now see what I told you. Starting में A plus B plus C has to be equal to the difference between cash and bank. Last year का cash balance 60,000, sorry 40,000, 40,000. Current year का 1 lakh. 1 lakh minus 40 कितना होता है 60. A plus B plus C 60. So in short, answer of A plus B plus C has to be equal to the difference between the cash and bank in the question. And because this is positive, you will write the word increase, but आगे थोड़ा word change होगा. Increase in cash and cash equivalent. Increase in cash and cash equivalent. Why cash equivalent? Because cash and cash equivalent means cash, bank as well as bank OD. And this cash flow is compulsory as per AS3. AS3 means Accounting Standard 3. You will have done in SYJC. Accounting standards are issued by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India in India. Of course, तुमको detail में नहीं है, but AS3, that is Accounting Standard 3, uses the word cash and cash equivalent. So we also use that. And I told you cash and cash equivalent means cash, bank as well as bank overdraft. So A plus B plus C, that is 60,000. Got it? Further for presentation, cash and bank, what you will do now? To this, add cash and cash equivalent at the beginning. Cash and cash equivalent at the beginning. Opening देखो, opening cash and bank कितना है 40,000. So 60 plus 40 gives you 1 lakh. 60 plus 40 gives you 1 lakh, and this 1 lakh, if you see, is your closing balance. See the second year come out 1 lakh. Beginning means opening, closing means end. So against this 1 lakh, you will write cash and cash equivalent at the end. That's it. This is your cash flow statement. याद है I told you cash and bank को pending रखो. अभी देखो 40 तुमने यहाँ पे लिखा opening cash and bank, 1 lakh यहाँ पे लिखा closing cash and bank, 1 lakh minus 40 automatically 60. So when you write this, the difference has to be equal to the difference of cash and bank. To this, add cash balance opening. So add cash and cash equivalent at the beginning. So 60 plus 40 gives you 1 lakh. That will be your cash and cash equivalent at the end. Cash and cash equivalent at the end. Clear with this, guys? So this was cash flow statement. This was your cash flow statement. I hope the concept is clear. I'll repeat again. They will give you either 2 years ka balance sheet or they'll give you 2 years ka data. You have to make a statement where the difference or the motive is to show how the cash generated or the cash lost has taken place. In this case, last year का cash balance was 40, current year में हो गया 1 lakh. 60 बढ़ा तो ये 60 कैसे बढ़ा, ये उसका डिटेल है, ये उसका हिसाब है. दिस इज द वे 60 हैज इंक्रीज. हाउ 60 बढ़ा ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज में, 150 कम हुआ इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटी में, 150 बढ़ा फाइनेंसिंग, net increase of 60. So every cash flow statement will be divided in three parts: operating, investing and financing. Operating, investing, financing में क्या क्या आता है, I explained you in the detail in the starting of the video. Rewind करके देख लो, ये YouTube में open है. Plus those who are watching with me on the app, there also I have kept more number of views. So this is the way you will make. और ध्यान रखना A plus B plus C has to be equal to the difference between cash and bank balance. अगर नहीं है, that means you have made some mistake. And what I rubbed, मैंने तुम लोग को ये logic बताया. Why we add increase in current liabilities, why we add decrease in current assets, why we deduct increase in debtors, and why we deduct decrease in current liability. ये सब में करंट लायबिलिटी का कोई भी डिक्रीज नहीं था, बट अगर होगा तो माइनस करते हैं. What is the logic of that? I have showed you in between this session. Please understand that. That's it guys. मैं ज्यादा नहीं बोलूंगा because you have to focus on this sum. Get this sum. समझो 95% तुम्हारा कैश फ्लो इधर ही हो गया. Got it guys? I have made a sum in such a way that it covers your board level also almost. So that's it. This was the third part of analysis of financial statement cash flow. In the next class, I will take the last part, that is ratios. In your syllabus, you have 7 ratios. Most probably, I'll try to cover all 7 in one video only. Mostly हो जाएगा. So that's it guys. Please do revise this properly. अगर cash flow का sum आता है, समझो almost यही level का आएगा, थोड़ा बहुत plus minus. That's it. See you all in the next class, where we'll take the last part of the chapter, analysis of financial statement, that is ratio analysis. Till then, take care and please revise this sum.